Welcome to Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray, a discussion about business, racing, sports, and life. This podcast delivers insights on what makes businesses, teams, and people successful based on real-life business experiences. Following a career with America's largest associations, JP Murray founded the Murray Company, one of Washington, D.C.'s most successful consulting firms. The company was acquired successfully and enabled him to launch JP Murray Racing, a business development and sponsorship agency for auto racing teams. Here is JP.
Hey, welcome to the Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray. I have 3 things for you today: starting a business, goal setting, and hiring people. And what I'm going to do here is reflect on almost 4 decades of business and give you some thoughts about the experiences that I went through that I hope are helpful to you moving forward. So if you're starting a business in 2023, I want to let you know that 10 to 12 years ago, I'd never done this before. I had no experience as a CEO, as a leader, of being accountable for making the P&L work on a daily basis. So I went through these things. I've got the School of Hard Knocks, and I'm going to convey them to you. First, develop an organization chart with all the job responsibilities for the business 3 years from now. I want you to think about, once the business grows, what are all the job functions that are required, even if you're a solopreneur at this point, because it is important to recognize that when you deliver the service, there are going to be other components that you're going to be, or somebody is going to be responsible for. Who's the director of technology? Who's the accountant? Who's going to send the bills? Who's going to collect the money if they're late in pay? All those kind of things. These are responsibilities that I didn't anticipate when I launched my company, and that I was going to be responsible for those. The other thing I want to remind you of, hey, this is good news or bad, depending on where you sit and what your biases are. You're going to spend 90% of your time selling and developing business. In the first few months, you're going to have business friends in your network, maybe even your existing business that you work for. They're going to sign up as a consultant. They're going to sign up for your new service, okay? But what happens after that? How are you going to scale? How are you going to get people to sign up for your business that maybe you don't know? Working your fanny off in sales is going to happen. It's going to be required. So my sense is, if that's something that you're hesitant about, I would be very cautious about moving forward. Then I would like for you to spend some time developing your price point and being very intentional about this. Because here's what surprised me. You can work your fanny off, have clients, and not make enough money to pay the bills, to pay yourself, to cover all the costs that you're required to cover as a solopreneur. You don't have a bank behind you, right? There's no one behind you. It's just you. So make sure that you price things the right way so you can sustain it. My experience was getting the work wasn't that difficult. It was ensuring that the work paid enough to support the business and my family. And don't negotiate against yourself by thinking clients won't pay you. If you're good at your business, they'll pay what you need. But you've got to come out of the gates knowing what that number would be. Okay, after you do these things, let's talk about goal setting. I'm putting together my 2023 plans right now, and you might be doing the same. SMART goals are very common in the business community right now, right? They're specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. I want to add a little flavor to each one of those letters. Specific. Is it also simple, sensible, significant, easy to understand? Measurable. But are they meaningful? Do they matter? Do they motivate you? Achievable. Certainly. But are they agreed to by everybody? Are they attainable? And the other thing I like to add, are they aspirational? Do they get me fired up? Relevant. Well, certainly. But reasonable? Are they realistic? Do I have the resources? Are they results-based? And are they real? Do they make a sense to me? Time-bound. This is the one thing that I think we miss the most. By when? but also, are they time limited? Are they time based? Do I have the time to do them? Are they time sensitive? Does it take your best to achieve them? I want to make sure you add something else to your mix of achievement ahead. I guarantee you, the likelihood for you to achieve your business performance goals goes up if you are in a good physical and mental state. In fact, I always make sure that these are integrated into my goals. You'll begin to treat exercising and mental acuity exercises just like any other business activity. And from my personal experience, my best days are the ones that start with a good, rigorous physical activity and also some kind of mental or meditation or prayer or thoughtfulness. Final topic today, let's talk about hiring people. Over 4 decades of professional work, I've had the opportunity to hire a lot of people for a variety of positions, and I've done it from big organizations and small. Here's what I found in doing that. 1, if you're a business that's smaller, hire underdogs, people that want to prove something or they need a second chance. In many cases, they may have not been successful for some reason at a large business. So I found that you may not have the resources to compete as a small business against the big companies for Ivy Leaguers or whatever it might be. But man, if you take a look at the underdogs, these folks are grateful for the chance and they'll pay you back and they want to prove something. Second, I hire kindness. It's not a talent necessarily or a developed skill, but I've learned that wonderful people with the willingness to learn new things are greater than the smart people that know everything and are jerks to everybody else. Third, avoid hiring folks that were born on third base and thought they hit a triple. Entitlement is toxic and it rarely goes away. It rarely subsides. People that are always taking and rarely putting deposits back into your organization. So look for the people that had to grind it out, had to work through college, overcame adversity, or made a mistake and came through it. This is a talent game, especially for small businesses. Hiring the right folks will transform your company. I hope these things are helpful to you, and they're so important. First, setting up the organization right. Second's goal setting. Third's getting the team to put together so it's freaking fantastic and effective for you. Hey, hope this is helpful. Can't wait to chat until the next episode of the Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray.
Thank you for listening to the Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray, a discussion about business, racing, sports, and life. If you would like to sponsor Push to Pass, send an email to jp@jpmurray.com. Follow JP on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. His website is jpmurray.com. Until next time, push yourself to pass the competition. Thanks for listening.